welcome to chair class. It's 10:30 Thursday. This is our normal time to get together and move well and breathe and relax and open things up. So if you're joining, just grab a chair and maybe a blanket for the seat of the chair to make the seat a little bit higher up for your hips to make your back more comfortable. So you want your knees a little bit lower down than your hips. And we haven't done this angle in a while, so I'm going to be turned this angle so that it's almost like you're sitting beside me this way. So as I move this arm, you move your left arm. And as I move this arm, you move your right arm. And we'll be flowing in the same direction a little bit. Instead of face to face, good to do both options. It's a nice little brain exercise as we follow along. Okay, so settle yourself into your chair. I'm going to start scooted about halfway out, but just know at any time you can scoot back for some support. Use the back of your chair if you need to. All right, so feet are going to be right underneath the knees. Let's just relax for a moment. I'm going to address kind of a general feeling and some comments I've been getting in general. You know, we're in this extended phase now where gyms and studios are still closed. And there is some frustration, I think, in a lot of ways. The area that I want to address today in particular is if you're feeling frustration with yourself. So if during this entire time of pandemic has brought your physical body and your mind some tension and some tightness, and maybe you have fallen a little bit out of your routine of moving and breathing and taking care of yourself, it's totally understandable. So when you encounter that frustration with yourself, I encourage you to take a step back from it. And in place of that frustration, see if you can exchange it for compassion. Because if there's one thing we need to give to ourselves during this time, is compassion. And that's going to take us much further towards wellness than any amount of frustration will. All right, so let's start off on the right foot here. During this time of focused self-care, looking at ourselves with compassion. Whatever we find, whatever we feel, take it as your starting point. Forget what's past, forget any expectations for the future, and just take care of yourself right now. And that's going to be a beautiful thing. And then hopefully we can take that same attitude into the rest of our day and the rest of our week and the weekend and next week. Okay, so, and sometimes that takes reminding ourselves, this is the attitude I want, compassion for myself. Return to that as often as you think of it. My body is valuable, and my job is to take care of it with sympathy and compassion. Okay, enough talk. Let's move. All right, we have our foundation in the seat of the chair. We're going to start from this foundation and explore what happens as we move the center of our body above that foundation. So we're going to start with our gentle sway side to side. We're just sending our body over to the left and to the right as much as you're comfortable with going. No need to make a great big movement. As you send the center of your body over to one side, that weight is going to shift on that support surface more towards the sit bone on that side. So let's just get a feel for this. Realize that the seat of the chair is going to hold you up. Hopefully you've picked a sturdy enough chair. And then as you rely on that support surface to hold you up and you shift side to side, now let's start to relax the whole body into this movement. So using movement to encourage things to relax and feel better. Instead of tightening up with movement, it's an opportunity to let go of tension. Totally different way of thinking. Especially if you have related movement to pain in your mind and in your movement history. So let's take a deep breath in as we sway to one side. Big exhale to the other side. So this might slow you down a little bit, that's okay. Breathe in and breathe out. Take a listen to your shoulders here. Breathe in. And breathe out. Maybe relax those shoulders a little bit more. And your neck. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax the neck. How about your arms? Breathe in. And breathe out. Feel the weight of your elbows hanging down. How about your hands and your fingers? Breathe in. And breathe out. Nice and loose. Let's notice your thighs. Breathe in. And breathe out. Sink them down. And your knees, breathe in. And breathe out. Nice and open at the knee joints. Lower legs, breathe in. And breathe out, sinking them down through the heels. Now our feet and our toes, breathe in. And breathe out, feel the floor beneath your feet. So that's the second support surface we have. We don't have to hold our feet or our toes in place. They can just drop down into the floor. All right, so let's try a different direction of movement. That was our side to side flow. Let's go into a little forward and back. So easing the center of the body a little bit forward. And then rolling the center of the body a little bit back. And this may start out really small and stay really small. So careful with your lower back. Send the center a little forward. And then roll the center a little bit back. And you don't have to go straight forward and straight back. You may go a little bit side to side as you ease your way forward. There are no rules here. Find the most comfortable and natural way to explore these directions. Roll it back. So any amount of rolling back, we're getting a little core activation. Rolling it forward, we're relaxing the hip joints, getting a little hip flexion in there, and then we're easing our way back. Any amount the core triggers to support us a little bit. So let's continue. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. And breathe in. And breathe out. A few more times like this. Breathe in, roll forward. And breathe out, roll back. Last time here, breathe in. And breathe out. Coming back into that center location. We have one more movement direction to play with. We're going to play with a little rotation. So what we're going to do is we're going to start to really gently rotate the center of the body towards one side. So turning the belly towards the right and then turning the belly towards the left. So we want this to be really loose and natural. As you rotate the belly, it's really okay if your knees are adjusting to that roll. So as we roll to the right, that right knee might come back a little bit. The right hip might come back a little bit. As you roll to the left hip might roll back. The left knee might float back. And it doesn't have to be as large as I'm going. So this should look and feel like your body, not my body. Breathe in. And breathe out to come center. And breathe in, roll left. And exhale. Make your way back to center. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. My hands are sliding on my legs. So as I roll to the right, that right hand is sliding back with that hip and that knee. You don't have to stay locked anywhere in your body. Roll left. And exhale, center. One more time each side. Roll right. And center. And open to the left. And come into center. Nice. Let's walk our feet a little bit out in front of our knees and a little bit wider than our hips. We're going to make a nice shelf for our forearms here. Crawling your way forward, resting the forearms on those thighs. Feeling the foundation underneath your feet. And then just relax your head forward in your mouth. Deep breaths. You don't have to lock yourself into one place if you want to roll a little bit side to side while you're here. Notice what's happening at your lower back and your hips. You're ready to come out of this, lean to one side, the opposite palm comes to that thigh, and then you can gently press your way up. Give yourself support wherever you can. And then draw the feet back into place underneath the knees. All right, right into our center position here. We're going to think of floating the top of the head lightly up towards the ceiling without putting rigidity into your back. Okay, so this isn't going to help you have better posture. That's going to help you have more tension and pain and discomfort. So when you float your head, it doesn't mean tighten anywhere. It's a float. Yeah? Your hips are dropping down into the support of the seat. You don't have to hold your hips up and you don't have to hold your back up. You're just balancing on your bones here. Nice. Let's relax the hands down by our sides. We're going to practice a little opening of the door. So with your next breath in, float the arms front. And then sink the elbows, relax the hands down. Think of the breath as starting the movement up. And the exhale draws it in and sinks it back down. Again, breathe up. 2 more times. Big inhale. And long exhale. Once more, big inhale. And let's come to our little hug a tree position here. Nice round tree trunk between your palms and your belly. Might be a nice small tree trunk closer into your belly, or it might be a larger tree trunk expanding out a little bit. Keep your shoulders easy and soft. Still floating the top of the head. Take 2 deep breaths here. Big exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's float those arms out to the side. And let's send the left hand on top, right hand on the bottom to embrace the moon. And then open the arms out to the side again. And the right hand comes on top, left hand floats to the bottom. We're going to do this several times. So think of releasing that moon and then embracing that moon. Breath is still leading the opening and the rise. And exhale, embrace the moon. Inhale, open. And exhale, embrace. One more time. Inhale, open. And exhale, embrace. Good. Let's start to part the horse's mane here. So drawing the palms together and then split and open. Left palm a little high, drop the right. And then come back to embrace that moon right in the center. Parting the horse's mane off to the right, right palm up and out, left palm drops. And come back to embrace that moon. And again to the left, a little lean towards that left side. We've already been moving this side to side over the foundation of the seat. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. One more time each side. Part. And embrace. One more time. Part. And embrace. Good. Sending both arms right out to the front. Big exhale, release the hands, relax right onto the legs. Let's go back to that weight shift side to side. So sending the center of the body a little bit left, a little bit right. Maybe combining a little front and back to it. Roll around and see how your back feels. So checking in with the whole body as you breathe. Release any tension in your shoulders and neck. Relax the legs. Release the feet into the floor. Good. All right, let's go into a little bit of footwork. Again, we're going to use that center of the body. This time we're going to be sending the center of the body forward and back, just like we started out the class with. So as you roll the body forward, you don't have to stay on a tightrope with that body. So if you want to shift a little bit side to side as you go, and then when you roll it back, roll through your back and get a little ease as you shift forward and back. All right? We're going to use a bow step. So release the weight from that left foot. Send it forward. The heel rests on the floor as you roll the center of the body forward. And then the body's going to lead the way back to unweight that front heel and draw that foot back in. Same thing on the other side. Send that right foot forward, roll the body forward. Relax the hips in the back. And then roll yourself back. Unweight that front heel to draw that foot in. This should feel good like a massage. Again, left heel forward. That gives you some nice support. As you lean forward, that heel is connected with the floor to give you that support. Roll back. Unweight that left foot and draw that foot in. Again on the right. Heel forward. Roll forward. And roll back. And ease it in. One more time each side. Going forward. And lean. Roll back. Ease that foot in. Last time on the right side. Right heel forward. Relax the center of the body that direction. And then roll the center of the body back. And pull that foot back in. Find your middle point here. Settle in. Float the top of the head. Little weight shift side to side. Maybe combining a little front and back or rotation roll. Checking back in with the body. So I'm looking out my windows. I have windows all over where you can't see, so there are 4 windows. And truly, Beatrix Potter would love to have lived in this house because there is an entire clan of Peter Rabbits out there. They're just dancing in the grass, chasing each other around. It is amazing, the population of bunny rabbits here. All right, coming back into that center place, let's stretch the body out a little bit here. So think of the front of your body as the opening side of the body when we stretch here. We get a lot of kind of hanging on the back of our body, right? From the posture that we tend to fall into when we're working in front of our bodies. The back of our bodies are usually kind of overheld in this lengthened place. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the back muscles to contract and shorten a little bit and open up the front of the body. And then we're going to use support as we lengthen those back muscles and let them stretch out without holding our weight. Okay? So take a deep breath in, open the front of the body. And then as you roll forward, use the palms of the hands to support yourself. Relax the back muscles as they lengthen. And again, open the front of the body, lift the chin. And then roll it forward, support yourself, stretch out. Good. Watch the shoulders here. As you open the front of the chest, that includes the shoulders. And as you roll forward, that includes rolling the shoulders forward. And again, open the front of the body, shoulders, chin lifts. And then roll it forward, round the shoulders, drop the chin. Let's go 2 more times. Deep breath in as you open the front of the body. Deep breath out as you round. And last time, open the front of the body. And round. Relax. Coming back up into that center place, floating the top of the head. Sinking the hips into the chair. Relax the back. Maybe give it a little shake. Nice and easy. Good. Floating those hands right back into that hug a tree meditation pose. Easy shoulders. Adjust this wherever you need to. Palms can be really close to your belly or open it out a little bit. Good. Let's come back to opening the arms. And float that left palm on top of the moon, right palm underneath. Take a deep breath in, release the moon. And float the right palm on top, left palm underneath. And again, release and open. And left palm on top. One more time, deep breath in, release. And right palm floats on top. Good. All right, we're gonna play with white crane spreads wings. This lower palm is gonna come up and float up and out. Right palm drops. Come back in, embrace the moon, left hand on top. Other side. We're gonna rotate. Remember the same rotation that we started with is exactly what makes this movement happen. So as that bottom arm is coming out, it's moved because the body has moved open to the left and then come back into the center. And now the center of the body is going to open to the right. That right arm opens as a result and then come back into embrace the moon. As you open to the left, that left palm just turns to face almost like you're looking and gazing in a mirror and then coming back to center. And open the body to the right. That palm faces you. And then come back in to embrace the moon. Let's go again. Take a deep breath in to open. Exhale, relax and center. Again, breathe in and open. And exhale to center. Remember, if you're thinking of a little mirror of that palm opening and facing you, we have assumed the attitude that we're going to gaze at ourselves with compassion. No frustration here. Compassion for yourself and rest and ease. And again, compassion and rest. One more time to the right. And coming back into center. Right back to that meditation tree pose. Float the top of the head. Sink the hips. Relax everything in between. 2 deep breaths right here. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Relax the shoulders. One more time. Deep breath in. Long breath out. And now let's send those arms right out to the front. Breathe in. Soften the elbows. Drop the hands right onto the palms. Relax the whole body. 2 more deep breaths here. Big inhale. Long exhale. Again, full breath in and full breath out. Good. Floating the top of the head right back to a little bit of a weight shift and a roll side to side. Combining any other direction that feels good. So maybe a little bit front and back as you go. Maybe a little bit of rotation side to side as you go. So what we end up doing when we combine all 3 of those directions together, we get a whole roll of the spine. That way we're no longer one-dimensional, but we're 3-dimensional beings. Which is what our anatomy craves anyway. We're meant to move in all these directions put together without tension. One more time each side. Roll a little. And back to the other side. Coming right into the middle here. Nice. All right, let's do a little rooster stands on one leg. Again, we're going to combine that weight shift, unweighting one leg so that foot can float off the floor a little bit. And then leaning away from the second side so it can float up a little bit. So we don't want to make this any harder than we have to. If you stay in space and go whoop, 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 well, it looks like a robot and it feels like a robot. It doesn't feel very easy and natural. So when we lean, we're using the position of our body to float gracefully up and down. Let those arms just rest down by your sides and hang to start with. You don't have to lift that leg high, just so that the foot clears the floor is all. Now let's combine the same side hand as foot. That hand just floats up any amount. Keep it light and easy. We're going to link the breath with it. So we're breathing in to float up, breathing out to relax down. And breathe in, float. And breathe out, relax. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. A few more times like this. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Our electricity is going on and off. So there's nothing wrong with the camera. This is just what's going to happen. We'll see how long we hang in here together. And one more time each side. Breathe in and out. And breathe in and out. Good. Relax the hips into the chair. Draw the hands right back onto the thighs. Easy shoulders. Let's get some shoulder movement going here and focus on the upper body again. So we're going to go into some shoulder rolls here, any amount, easing the shoulders forward and up and back and down. Roll the shoulders forward and up and back and down. One more time this way, forward and up. And shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. I'm still here. Are you still here? I'm so used to technical glitches at this point. Just roll with it. We'll see if we still stay alive. Keep breathing, keep moving no matter what. 2 more. Deep breath in. Long breath out. We're shrugging those shoulders up and down. 1 more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. All right. Let's send the hands back behind the head. So another shoulder stretch, another front of the body opener. This time we're going to open a little bit wider. And then drop the elbows towards each other, coming towards that cat rounded position as you go. Again, take a deep breath in, open the front of the body, open the shoulders, and then roll together, drop the chin, round the back. 2 more times. Take a deep breath in, open the front of the body, open the shoulders. And round the body, roll it in. 1 more time, open up, deep breath. And drop drop together, ease the chin forward. Coming back into our center place, float the top of the head, drop the hands to the legs. Good. Let's go one more time into that bow step forward. Remember, with your bow step, you have separation between the legs, and then we're going to ease our way forward. So checking in with that lower back, giving it a little bit of release, leaning back to draw that foot back in. Same thing on the left. Heel forward, rolling the center of the body forward. And then rolling the center of the body back. Ease that foot back in. Combining the breath here. Take a deep breath in as you roll forward. And a long breath out as you roll back. And on the left, deep breath in, forward. Big exhale, roll back. One more time each side, roll it forward. And roll it back. Last time on the left, bow step forward. And release it back. Nice. All right, let's go for our hip opener stretch that we always do. I don't think I've ever taught a chair class without going into this. Maybe once, I forgot, I don't know. So here are the options. You can come into this T-step position. Your right heel is resting against your left ankle. That right hip is coming to a more open position. All right, so we're targeting that right hip first. If this is a great stretch for you, then stay right here. If you want to lean back and ease that heel across the opposite knee, here's your other option. So dropping that right hip open, relaxing as you go. Take some time to feel this out. Roll around a little bit. I'm just going to hug my knee into my chest for a second because I got a little cramp. A cramp in my hip. Don't suffer through a cramp. Move around. Open it up. All right. And then finding the right position for you. You can stay in a vertical position, maybe combining a little left to right sway. If you want to ease that lower foot forward for more support in front of you, you can lean the body forward a little bit, hinging, getting a little deeper stretch into that right hip and glute. All right, remember, find what's good for your body, don't match mine. I'm gonna roll and play here a good bit. If you wanna stay in place and breathe deeply, that can be your roll, yeah? So think of your breath as a continuous circle. You're rolling up with the inhale, and you're rolling down and out with the exhale. There's always movement to find in our bodies. Yeah, we're never really still. Keep breathing here. Notice what's happening at your lower back and your hips here. With those deep breaths, you're targeting the whole body, letting go and relaxing more and more. Good. Coming out of this side nice and gently, we're going to just lean the body back first. That makes that leg coming off that opposite leg much easier. Okay? And then coming back into our center place, let's take a moment with both feet resting into the floor, floating the top of the head, dropping the hips into the seat of the chair, relaxing the back in between the head and the hips. Take a couple of deep breaths and just notice how everything feels. targeting the other side. So left hip. You can start with this T-step position. So left heel resting against the right ankle. Dropping that left hip open any amount. Settling in right here. And this might be a good place for you to stay. No need to go deeper if this is getting a nice opening feeling without pain in that left hip. If you want to go a little deeper, lean the body back to ease the left heel over the right knee and get a feel for this position. Relaxing that left hip open. Maybe a little sway side to side. If you want to lean back and ease that lower foot forward for support, then you can hinge a little bit forward, leaning over that crossed leg. And then any kind of rolling around that helps you relax here. Deep breaths as you go. We lost our little ambient music with that last power outage. No more soft music for us today. It's all right. We'll make our own music. Listening to the lower back and the hips. See how relaxed and loose you can get here. One more deep breath, all the way in, and all the way out. And then rolling the body back out of that forward position to release that crossed leg back down to the floor. Drawing the feet back underneath the knees, feel the floor underneath the soles of the feet, float the top of the head. Let's go for one more shoulder shrug. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Relax the shoulders all the way down. 2 more times. Deep breath in, lift up. Long breath out, relax down. One more time. Breathe in, lift up. And breathe out, relax down. Nice. Let's scoot ourselves back in our chairs so that we can use the support of the back of the seat. Finding a comfortable place just to settle in for a little relaxation. I'm going to take my blankets out. Yeah, so any position that feels good. If you want to go to a cross leg position, I'm going to go ahead and pull my legs up into the seat. Don't feel like you have to do this. All right? Comfortable place in your chair. Relaxing your hands on your legs. Relaxing your back. Close your eyes if you like. Let's take a big listen to the body with the inhale. Relax the whole body with the exhale. And again, listen as you inhale. Relax as you exhale. One more time, listen as you inhale. Relax as you exhale. Good. Keeping the body relaxed. Keeping an easy breath going in and out. return to that idea that we started the class with of having compassion for yourself. And when you think of having compassion for yourself, see if there's any kind of picture or image or word that comes up from the inside. Hold on to that image or that picture or that word. Take some deep breaths with it. And allow it to have a nice big place right in the front of your heart, in the front of your mind, and in the front of your body. Two more deep breaths here. And then gently opening your eyes, lightly moving your body a bit, wherever you want to move first. And that's it. We did it. We hung in there with power outages, bunnies, people storming around outside this space. It is amazing how busy my house is, and it is amazing how busy Church Street is all the time, boy. All right, so remember your image, remember your word for compassion, and take it with you. And if we were in class together, we'd be sharing what those images and what those words were. So I miss sharing those things with you guys. For me, the image I had was I'm so task-oriented. I'm doing the task and kind of dragging my body behind me, sometimes as it's bleeding. So don't drag your bloody body behind you. Yeah, slow down and keep your body with you. That's my image that I'm going to be taking with me into my day. So thanks for joining. I hope you feel better. Have compassion for yourself. And I'll see you next time. Peace. Love you guys.